Alexia, Michele, thank you for joining us today and congratulations on what feels like a huge day. Alexia, just how does it feel to be a London City Lioness?
Well, I'm super excited and grateful and very happy to be here with Michelle, being a London City player. For me, it's a new challenge. I'm super excited and super motivated for that.
What was it about London City that made you think, yeah, that's where I want to go next?
Well, I met with Michelle, I don't know,
3 years ago.
3 years ago,
yeah.
more or less. And yeah,
I wasn't recruiting her 3 years ago,
no,
so I just
no,
want to
no,
make sure.
no, just you were beginning with all your.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
She was trying to have some information for what's the most important for the players, and we met each other, and yeah, we just talk about it, and she was super interested, and then she explained me what she think about the women's football and what was the project of Kiniska, of Michelle, and then I was seeing that everything was on the line as Michelle told me three years ago. So this is one of the reasons, because it's not just words; it's facts. So and this one of the reason. The second one, of course, is because I want to play in the most competitive league, and then another one for me very important is that London City is an independent club. There's no main team behind. So yeah, we have some common values and vision of this sport, Michelle and me, and yeah, and I'm super excited to finally be here.
But you are a winner. That's what we're used to seeing you do. How confident are you that that success is going to move over to London City?
Okay, I play for winning, of course, for a win, and I moved to London City with this mentality. There's a lot of big teams in the league, big players, so it will be very difficult. But in my opinion, we need some time, but with good mentality, good training, good focus, we can do it, of course. But that takes time, of course, because you have Chelsea, you have Arsenal, you have Manchester. They have been in the league in the first division a long time ago. So we are like a new club, more or less. This will be the second season on the first division. So it will be very difficult, but I don't know. I'm looking forward to this challenge. It's a big challenge for me. But there's also a big motivation.
Michelle, how pleased are you to be sitting here next to Alexia? The picture in the background with her wearing the jersey. I mean, it's been a long time coming. I presume a lot of hard work as well.
It's a lot of hard work, but I'm just deeply grateful that she made the decision to join this young, unproven team. And I'm actually very happy for not only for the club, but for the league and for women's football. I think this is going to be really exciting. As she said, WSL is already the most competitive league in Europe, but I think with her arrival and other more players to join, it's going to give this little, I don't know, jolt and little kick to make it even more competitive and more compelling, so that fans who used to say, oh, women's football is not as exciting, will see what a great product this is. So I'm really looking forward to it.
It's good to see you two are friends, considering Alexia's Barcelona has been the scourge of your club, Lyon, for so long, I suppose. But I suppose that's the sporting rivalry and the intensity, I suppose, that you need at London City.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what it's about, right? It's a competitive, fiercely competitive products are what fans are expecting to see. And I can't think of a better person, a more competitive person than Alexia. As you said, you would think that she has won everything. And you, at some point, you're going to say, okay, I've done everything. But no, you talk to her, and this indomitable spirit to win is really contagious. So I'm so looking forward to it. And I think entire fan base in London will really appreciate it.
Are you prepared for sort of Alexia-mania that's going to come to kind of the WSL and to London? Are you prepared for the sort of the hype, the excitement around you specifically?
I've been in Barca 14 years, and there's a lot of pressure there. So I know what is about that. Yeah, I'm really excited. It's not pressure. It's not nothing else. It's just how I am, how committed I am with the game, with women's football, with London City too. So just motivation for start the season, and looking forward to see the fans in the stadium, to meet my new teammates, and yeah, and just start. I want to start.
How difficult was it to leave Barcelona?
It is, of course, it's my childhood club, my family club, so it's normal, it is. But as I always say, I feel I'm not able to give my 100%. I will leave. So I always want to do what my words say. So I felt it was the moment. I won everything. I give all my best, and now my opinion is time to give the leadership to another players. They are able to do to give what I did during 14 years. And yeah, of course, they are my friends, and I wish them all the best. And now I start a new adventure, new challenge, and I'm motivated for that.
How different are you expecting life at London City to be? Because it's an emerging club, it's a growing club, and you're used to these huge events, the 90,000 plus at the Camp Nou and that kind of thing. How different is this going to be?
But that's also the challenge. Of course, it's very different. When I said I want to leave Barca, I felt like I have to leave Barca. At some point, people say that I should go, I don't know, another league, or you have won everything. You don't need to prove yourself again, and blah, blah, blah. But that's the way I feel this profession. So that's the way I feel like I'm a footballer for that. So I don't know, it's not just one thing of myself. It's a lot of words. They have an incredible professionals working for London City. Michelle has the vision too, has all the work put in there. So it's not just me, but in a certain way, I just want to give more supporters to the club, like full stadiums every weekend. And what I can do for that is just give myself, give everything, try to be better day after day, and try give them some joy with the game and some victories.
Michele, Alexia talks about wanting to bring joy to London City. We know the long-term aims for the club. You've been very open and honest about that. But I'm just wondering, in the short term, what are the aims for the upcoming season, for example?
Yeah, so we have a long-term vision ultimately, but I think you have to get there one day at a time. And as you know, we're building this state-of-the-art training center specifically designed for women, which is going to open sometime early next year. I'm trying to provide all the necessary ingredients. If you recruit top players like Alexia and you don't have all those foundations, you may have one good season on the strength of the players you have, but that's going to be it. You don't compete year after year. So for you to sustain that level of competitiveness and become the choice of club for all the future players to come and follow Alexia's footsteps, you have to have all the foundational ingredients. There's a training center, the staff, the methodology, and the youth development, youth academy development, which is an important part of the overall vision. So we're all working towards that. But most importantly, especially with the arrival of Alexia, we're investing heavily in fan engagement, fan experience, so that coming to our game to watch Alexia playing is one component, but there's a whole bunch of other things for that, not only just the 90 minutes, but an hour before, hour after, so the whole experience. So we're working very hard to build that experience. And you're not familiar, but my team in Washington, D.C., Washington Spirit, in the last 3 years have invested heavily. So now it's called Rowdy Audi, and all the opponents actually fear coming to Audi Field to play against us because that's like 12th player. And so we're going to replicate that kind of fan engagement and excitement. And she's a critical component along with all our players. I mean, we have to leave no stone unturned.
Don't worry, Esme Morgan's always telling me about Rowdy Audi. Don't worry about that.
We
absolutely.
Know you have to come and see it. Yeah, yeah.
But I'm just wondering, sort of, that's sort of the off-field, the bigger picture. But I'm just wondering, on the pitch, I spoke to Ed Ayer at the end of last season, and he said we're dreaming of Champions League was what he told me. Is that the aim for this season?
Of course, go all the way. Whatever is there for a club to achieve, I'm here to support, to give them the right infrastructure. So yeah, I want to see them win WSL title. I want them to qualify for European competition all the way.
It must be great to hear that at a club with the owner saying, yeah, we have these really high ambitions.
Yeah, of course, it's a mentality. No, for me, I'm very grateful because as a player, what you want is that the owner give you everything just for being better as team and as players. So yeah, I'm really blessed and grateful for that, and for being able to try to improving every day. That's my main goal too.
Michele, a big question around the league, especially with France, will be how are London City doing this? How are they managing to bring in these huge names? Not just Alexia, but obviously even excellent signing of Mary. We know you're in talks with a couple of other sort of big players, and obviously you've renegotiated contracts of existing players. Well, how are London City being able to do this?
I mean, I think we are working on every front, and clearly one of the ways to do it is to generate revenue, increase our revenue. So we have actually hired a lot of advisors and partners to help us bring some of the commercial revenues and the ticket sales and so forth. So this is all part of. I'm glad you asked this question because, for a long time, a lot of people think that the women's game, the women's football is just have the great players and play almost, it's like amateur. I want to see this game to stand entirely on its own. And the players earn what they're truly worth, not because somebody is generous or some corporation is writing a DEI check, but the business of this game is generating that revenue. So we're putting all our full court pressing on commercial and ticket sales and so forth. So everything is going to go in parallel.
There is a salary cap in the WSL. There's a certain percentage of revenue plus,
Correct.
Obviously, the 4 million on top. Is that difficult to sort of negotiate, and is that something that you're kind of eventually think may need to leave the game? As we're seeing over here in the NWSL, we're having to change the wage structure to adapt to the new sort of reality, which is stars need to earn money.
Yeah, so I'm actually not against having a salary cap, but when you have an open system where there is a promotion and relegation, newly promoted team, it's very hard for that team to compete against the teams that's been in the league for a long time. I mean, you've seen it in the last several years that the newly promoted team gets relegated within a year. Why do you think that is? Because they're not competitive. So you can't put the same standards on the team that just get promoted, independent or together with the men. So you have to have some provisions for newly promoted teams. I mean, we're going to have 3 new teams, right, in the WSL. So you're going to have to see how they can cope, because you can't bring teams into the league and then not give them the tools and the ways to compete effectively. So there's that. And as an independent team, I have to tell you that, existing teams, this is not a criticism, it's a reality. If you're with the men's team, the front of the jersey, right? So they just allocate certain percentage to women's team. All of a sudden, you can say it's 20%, 30%. So overnight, their revenue is higher. So whereas independent team, we have to earn every single dollar. and we have to pay for every single penny for all our expenses. So I hope that over time, I mean, nothing happens overnight, and this is the first time that WSL or FA or in England has to deal with a newly independent team. So it will take some time. So I'm working with the league, I'm working with other owners, but I think it's very important that not just London City, this is not about London City, this is about newly promoted teams, giving them some time and tools to be competitive so that the game is not always the top 4 teams win and then the bottom 3 teams always lose and then they get demoted.
Alexia, you mentioned, one of the first things you mentioned was the independent nature of the club. How exciting is that to have a women's team sort of run and existing simply for itself?
It's a different thing for me. You know, Barca is a completely different club, and for me, it's a challenge. I want to help Michele to grow the club, and we share the same vision of what we can do for grow the industry, the women's game. So as she said, it's different, quite different as you have in the league. But yeah, there's a challenge too. Without a men's team behind, it's even more epic. I don't know.
Alexia, your career has been partly defined by your rivalry with English clubs and the England national team. You think about, you know, what Barcelona did by beating Chelsea in the Champions League final, and the game against Arsenal a couple of years ago, and then obviously the epic rivalry between Spain and in England and the World Cup and the Euros. Is it quite fitting that you're now going to be coming over here and playing these players that have been against you so often, week in, week out?
Yeah, of course. That's one of the reasons too, to play against one of the best of the world, and every weekend I have to go to compete at my best. So yeah, it's like a quite rivalry again between Spain and England. But in my opinion, it's perfect for the game to have this kind of rivalry.
When we mention your name, you always have to think about the words Ballon d'Or. You've obviously won it twice already. You've had a brilliant sort of first half of the season, well, first half of the year with Barcelona. Michele's already got her fingers crossed. Do you think you could go on to win a Ballon d'Or whilst being a London City player, considering they're not in Europe this season?
I don't know. I never think about these things. I've never done when I won the 2 Ballon d'Ors, and I'm not thinking about it right now. It's like that's a consequence of being good, or I don't know how you say, at all season. But I don't know. It's not on. That depends on me. So I just try to focus on the new preseason and then start with a win in the league, and yeah, just focus on the day after day. And I don't know what will happen. I don't know what to say.
And finally, just you seem excited. It must feel good. It must feel nice to just feel excited to get back into pre-season somewhere new and get going again.
Yeah. Of course. You know, after my ACL injury, it was really tough. That's another thing I want to talk today, because Michele has also an investment for that. So right, yeah, we share a lot of things as you see. It was tough after the injury, but now I'm very happy because I after 3 years more or less, I'm feeling very good. I felt very good last season. We won everything, and that's my objective, my goal next season.
Well, look, we are so excited to have you in the league. We cannot wait to see you get out on that pitch in September. And yeah, thanks for inviting us out here today.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.